Hey everyone, it's me again. We are on gorgeous Mill Street in downtown Orangeville, and it's not such a great day, but I know what can make it so much better, and that's everybody's favorite, cheese. So let's go in and talk to Christine Patton and see what she's got for us. Tell me about your story and how this amazing place came to be.
Well, believe it or not, I'm lactose intolerant, so I've always eaten really great cheeses. And I grew up with great European cheeses and decided that Orangeville needed a cheese store.
I would agree with you on that.
Yes, so went back to school to learn about cheeses, and I've done a lot of reading and a lot of eating of cheese to find all the different types, and opened up Fromage, and the concept was also to support local growers and producers.
Right.
And carry locally made products that are made naturally with no additives or preservatives, and small producers, so trying to find products that you're not going to be able to find in your big major grocery stores.
Right, well, and that's, I mean, it's clear, it looks like your cheese shelf alone has hundreds to choose from.
Yeah,
I mean,
we run about 60.
60?
Yeah, and I have my mainstays that you will always find, and then I bring in others seasonally, because there's certain cheeses that are only available at certain times of the year.
Right. Now, you mentioned you went back to school.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
That was about 3 years ago that I took the course at George Brown.
Right.
And I've taken another course since, again at George Brown. I will eventually get my actual certification, but running a business and going to school is a tough balance.
Absolutely, and this, I know the shop is busy, because every time I walk by it or every time I come in, it's milling with crowds.
We're developing a really great following of regular customers who know that they can come and they can get a good quality cheese and other products. The whole concept behind the store is try it before you buy it.
Yeah.
So you can sample any of the cheeses. We have open jars and open boxes of most of the products that are located behind me, because I want customers to like what they're buying.
Right.
And I don't want them to buy it blind, take it home, and then realize this isn't what I wanted. Fromage is, I call it Fromage, fine cheeses and gourmet foods.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to carry products that you can't find.
Right.
So I'm always searching to find interesting ingredients that people will use when they're making their own gourmet meals.
Right. And can a customer come in and say, I don't know what I'm doing, help me?
Of course.
I don't know what kind of cheese,
Of
I'm
course.
having a party.
We will take them through a tasting, ask them what they like in cheese, make a number of recommendations, help them through the decision-making process of what to put on their cheese tray. Quite often I'll have customers coming in with a recipe, and if I don't have the exact cheese that they need, again, I can make a suggestion as to an alternative cheese to use. So it's all about customer service and making sure that the customer leaves here having had a great experience.
I love that. It's really, I do feel that way when I come in here, that I've had an experience.
Yes.
So beyond, the wine tastings and cheese tastings you do and some of the events, let's go to the kitchen, let's eat. I can't wait.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. We're in the kitchen with you, and we're talking cheese platters right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So let me, tell me what you've got for us today.
Well, I've picked out an assortment of cheeses, because when you're creating a platter, you always want to have a different variety. And I always like suggesting different types of milk cheeses as well.
Okay, so talk to me about that, because I know this is important to you, because not everybody thinks they can eat cheese, but they might be able to.
That's right. A lot of people are starting to develop an intolerance to cow milk cheeses. They're finding it difficult to digest. They're having problems with lactose intolerance. So when they come into the store, I direct them to the other types of milk cheeses that I have. So goat, sheep, and water buffalo.
And we've got this here.
We have one of each here on this tray that we're going to be making today.
Okay.
And what I'm finding, because those three types of milk have smaller fat globules than cow's milk, people are finding it easier to digest. They also have less of lactose in the actual milk.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the lactose is the sugar content?
Yes.
Okay.
So milk is the only sugar milk has is lactose.
Right.
And during the cheese making process, that lactose is turned into lactic acid, and the majority of it is washed out with the whey, and we're just left with the curds.
Right.
One of the key things is, if you are lactose intolerant, is staying away from the softer cheeses because they're higher in the lactose.
Right, like a brie okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's where I will direct them to a harder cheese such as a Gouda or a Parmesan or Piave, a hard Italian cheese, because there's absolutely no lactose left in them. So
go ahead. Yeah.
So the longer a cheese ages and the harder it gets, more of that sugar comes out.
Okay.
Yes.
So you know what I heard from there? Less fat globules, which means I can eat as much cheese as I want.
As you want.
So that's all that matters to me at this point.
Yes. So when you're creating a cheese tray, I always try and recommend cheeses that are going to give you a visually appealing tray.
Right.
And you start off going from your softest and smoothest to your harshest.
Okay.
So this here, this is called Brebis Russe, and it is a bloomy rind sheep's cheese from France.
Okay.
So that I would place there.
It looks beautiful too.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
You're going to love tasting all of these.
Yes, I know.
Now this is a water buffalo Gouda that's made by Quality Cheese.
Oh, right.
So they've moved into Orangeville, and in the Orangeville location, they are producing their bries.
Oh,
so the
nice.
water buffalo is produced in their Woodbridge. So I would then place that there. So I'm going mild.
Okay.
Then for color contrast, this is Red Leicester from England. So this is a beautiful cloth-bound cheese that's made in the cheddaring fashion.
Okay.
Cheddar is actually a way of making cheese. It's not a type of cheese.
Oh.
Okay. So this
That's
one,
a whole other show.
That's a whole other show. So this one, you can actually see the remnants of the cloth on the outside of it.
Right.
So it comes in with the cloth around it that I then take off.
Okay. And you can eat that, right? Or no?
Well, it depends if there's still cloth fragments
Don't
in
eat
here.
cloth.
So I would recommend not eating it. No,
Okay,
no,
good.
unless you want to use it to floss.
Two birds, one stone.
That's right. Now this one here, this is a new cheese that comes out of the Peterborough area. It's called Zoe,
Okay.
and it's a combination of sheep and goat.
Oh.
And customers are just loving it.
And that's we're getting.
Well, this is a washed rind.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a Gouda. So
Yep.
this is your bloomy, this is your Gouda. This is the equivalent to what we call a cheddar. This is a washed rind, which means that while it's aging, they're washing the outside of it, normally with a brine solution.
Okay.
They can sometimes finish cheese with beer or Prosecco or wine. So that I'm going to place there. And then your favorite, which I know you're going to love,
Oh.
is this blue cheese.
Oh. Yeah. See, I had mentioned to Christine how much I love blue cheese,
Yeah. Well, you're going to like this
and now
one.
apparently I'm going to try it.
So
Okay.
this one is a triple cream blue cheese.
Okay.
So they actually add cream to it. So
Okay.
it's really nice.
It's probably
and
very smooth.
and creamy.
Let's come back to this and let's look at the finished product. Okay, so we are moving on from cheese. I don't want to, but when you see this awesome sandwich board and you have sandwiches, soups, and salads,
Correct.
you can see why I can be easily persuaded. So what have you got for me here?
What I'm going to make for you today is a Cubano sandwich.
Okay.
So this is kind of my pride and joy of all the grilled cheeses that we've created.
Yep.
I love Cuba. I've been there numerous times, and so this is my ode to Cuba.
Oh, lovely.
So it's a pulled pork shoulder that we marinate for 24 hours and slow cook for 6 hours. We shred it. Has our homemade pickles in it, Black Forest ham, and then some grated mozzarella
Oh my
cheese.
gosh. Awesome.
So I'm going to be grilling this up for you.
Okay.
It's going to be a nice lunch on this gray day outside.
Yeah, no. Talk about comfort food. It's perfect.
Exactly.
Excellent. And you've got different, so you've got We're going to have this one, but I see you've got the brie and apple jalapeno. What's Mediterranean?
The Mediterranean is an Italian pesto, smoked mozzarella, sweet roasted red pepper, and fontina cheese.
Okay.
And then we have the Reuben, which is your classic corned beef, sauerkraut, and 2 different types of Swiss cheese.
Right.
We use Fred's bread. It's an artisanal bread that uses unprocessed flours and no additives and preservatives. So it's easier to digest, and especially for those who have a gluten intolerance problem.
Yes.
All the cheeses come from within our display case. We also make our own homemade pickles that come on this side with the grilled cheese. And we make homemade soups from scratch.
Amazing. Everything you do with your heart.
I do.
I know. I love that about you. All right. Well, let's get this heated up so I can eat it up.
Wonderful. And this is also a special butter mixture that we make here in the store that makes the grilled cheeses extra nice and crispy.
I'd say so. And you have this every day, right?
Yes, we do.
So people can come in for their lunch and they can sit here actually, or they can take it out, whatever they want to do.
The grill is on all day. It's the first thing we turn on when we come into the store, and it's the last thing we turn off before we turn off the open sign.
Lovely.
So customers will even come in towards the end of the day if they just want a quick snack, knowing that they're going to have a later dinner, because some of the grilled cheeses are nice and light.
Yeah, that would be a meal for me.
This is a meal, yes. This one and the Reuben are quite substantial grilled cheese.
So now we're over at another place in this beautiful space. There's so much to look at here. And we're actually talking to Christine about, this is a fairly new endeavor, the take-home meals.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're frozen. They're homemade here.
They're all made in-house. So
Right.
anything that has the Fromage logo on the label, we make here in-house. The concept behind these meals is comfort food that you would make at home yourself.
Right.
In today's day and age, we're finding more and more people don't have time to make food such as this. So all of these food are made with natural ingredients. I try to use organic as much as possible. I will also use ingredients that I actually sell in the store.
Right.
So the lasagnas have quality cheese, buffalo milk ricotta in them. I use continental noodles lasagna sheets. So it sort of ties in all the products in the store and the meals.
And again, it ties into the gluten-free aspect.
Yes, and healthy, no additives or preservatives.
That's the big thing.
It's a big thing. In today's day and age, there's just too many preservatives in our food.
Yeah.
And I believe that we need to get back to eating the way we used to.
Well, and I love the idea that it's convenient and it's fast, but it's not chock full of preservatives and salt and all those sorts of things that normally a frozen meal or take-home meal would have.
That's right.
And so it's very health conscious and sort of forward thinking. And I'm looking at them. I mean, you have everything from coq au vin,
Yep.
which looks divine, shepherd's pie, mac and cheese. Is
Yes.
what I actually have here, and it smells so good that I'm going to eat it. That's what they pay me the big bucks for.
To eat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Christine, it's cheese time. Yes, it is. Oh, okay. Well, this looks absolutely beautiful. I'm staying. We're leaving. They're leaving.
They're leaving.
I'm staying.
You're going to eat the cheese, right?
I'm totally eating cheese.
Perfect.